Now here we have some more properties of multiplication. We have what's called the multiplication property of 0. Oops, I thought that was a highlighter. Sorry about that. Let me get my highlighter here. Multiplication property of 0. And that says that whatever you multiply by 0, it doesn't matter what it is, the answer will always be 0. That's just a little, interesting side note to 0 and multiplication. We also have what's called the multiplication property of 1. Now, 1 is a very, very special number for multiplication. It's called the multiplicative identity because whatever you multiply by 1, it doesn't change it. It's very similar to, if you'll remember, the identity for addition is 0 because you can add 0 to anything you want to and it doesn't change it. Well, when it comes to multiplication, that identity would be 1, because it doesn't matter what you multiply by 1. 1 times 5 is 5. 5 times 1 is 5. You can multiply anything you want to times 1, and you always get that original number back, no matter what. So very important rules. Now, something else that's important before we start actually working some examples here is the multiplication table. Now, this is kind of a generic, small little simile of it, or representation of it. If you do not know your core multiplication facts, then there really is no other way to learn them but just to drill yourself. So now most places, places like Walmart or Target or, any of those types of discount stores, the dollar store, I've seen them at Dollar Tree, things like that before also. Almost every one of those will have like little flashcards, usually back with the books. And things like that now, especially since if it's getting a start of school season, school terms, then they might have them with the school supplies and stuff. But go and pick up a set of multiplication flashcards, or just make your own. You could take like a 3x5 card or something and write your multiplication facts on it. On one side, write 6 times 8, and then on the other side, the back side of it, write 48, and just drill yourself backwards and forwards until you absolutely know these facts with no problem. These need to come second nature to you, and there is no other way than just drilling and rote memorization, unfortunately. All right, let's work a problem here while we still have a little bit of time in the video. Here we have a problem that says multiply 2 times 6 times 2. Now this is not just two things multiplied together, this is three things, but that's okay. We can multiply a whole bunch of things together, but you can only do them two at a time. So when we multiply, let's start out with 2 times 6, which would be 12. And then whenever we multiply that times 2, we get an answer of 24. So we could we could have had 15 things here. We would have just kept multiplying until we got to the final answer.